This week I've had a really good sewing week. I've had a really good win and then a not so good one where I had a battle with some pockets. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. Yes, I got loads of sewing done this week again, which is fab. But before we get into the sewing, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who has bought some fabric from my D-Stash account over on Instagram. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're based in the UK, there will be the link below. Go and have a nosy. I'm putting more on as the weeks go by and I'm really making my stash healthier by getting rid of all the fabrics that I really am not using and giving them to a new home where they will be loved. Fingers crossed. The other thing I want to mention before we start looking at makes is my Meet 9 plans for 2026. At the end of 2025, I put a post out saying that I wanted to meet 9 new vloggers in 2026, virtually or in person, and do some collabs with them through the year. I've got my 9 ladies now, and I thought today would be a good day to kick things off and introduce you to them all. They're all small channels that are under 2,000 subscribers, so please go and give them a look. Subscribe to their channel if you like them, because it's tough when you start doing a YouTube channel and we need all the help we can get. So show them some sewing love and give them a subscribe. I'll pop up an image now of all the ladies and go through them one by one. We've got Sweet Pea Green, Pam, Claire O'Bobbins, Claire, Emke Sews, Emma, Jazzleberry Sews, Jasmine, Nurture Handmade, Natalie, Sew Lulu Rask, Vanessa, Lisa Dyke Sews, Lisa, Sewing with Debs, Deborah, and New Zealand NZ Stitchbird, Fiona. So there we go, 9 lovely sewing channels to investigate, so go and have a nosy. We've set up a WhatsApp group and everybody's got chatting, coming up with brilliant ideas, starting to arrange meetups. It's been fabulous how quickly all these girls have gelled together and how excited they are, like me, about our Meet 9 challenges over 2026. I've made 3 things, well 3 different things this week. And the first one was a brilliant scrap busting idea of making some project bags. And I've actually managed to make 4 of them in total and I am chuffed to bits. I did mention last week that I was going to try and use my sampler quilt blocks from the quilt class that I used to go to. Never made the quilt up, fell out of love with it, and I've used the blocks and they've worked. So I'll just grab the project bags and then you can see how fab they are, and maybe you'll do the same. So here we go. I've got them full of stuff and projects, which is brilliant. So they're double-sided. They're the Country Cow Design bags and I think they're absolutely brilliant. Now their size was slightly bigger than my blocks, but I just altered it and went with what I had. So I have got the blocks inside, just they have 2 zips on, and you can see there is my fabric block. So when they're empty, they look pretty nice actually hung on the wall. So in one side I've got the pattern and the fabric cut out, and then in the other side, when I'm storing my patterns, I store them in A4 gusset envelopes and I print out a picture of the pattern and I stick it on the front. And that's working really well because they fit perfectly into this project bag. And I'm putting the picture on the front and the pattern in one side. So I know exactly what is in that project bag, and it's going to make my life so much easier. It's the simple things sometimes, isn't it? So I have made 4 of these beauties, and I am chuffed to bits with them is an understatement. The next thing I've made is the Fjorded cardigan from Paper Cut Patterns. Absolutely loved making this. It was a bit of a puzzle putting it together because it's got, you can't really see on this, or you can see there maybe that there's a side panel that I've done in a different colour. So there's 2 panels on the front on either side. The back is all one panel, and then you've got this beautiful roll neck that goes all the way round. It's raglan sleeved, so you join your back, your sleeves, your fronts all together first, and then you join all this cowl neck, shaped neck, all the way round, all in one go. And it was an interesting sew. Now they say that it's for beginners. I would say you need to have done a little bit of work with knit fabrics first. It is great for structured knits. I've made this in a jacquard ponte fabric. I think I got it from Lamarzi ages ago. Fell out of love with it. And actually now it's made, I quite like it. So winner, winner. You know what it's like sometimes when you're making something. All the time I was sewing it, I was thinking, don't like this, don't like this. Don't know why I'm making it. But I kept going. And now it's made. Actually, I'll get loads of wear out of it. I think I thought it was a little bit boring. It's dark colours, and I like sewing in bright colours, but you can't wear bright all the time. You need some more subdued tones as well. So I've made this cardigan. It goes great with the mini capsule that I've been making in January. The only issue with this cardigan is the pockets. Honestly, they look great. They're there in the side front panel, and I'll just pop a line drawing up there and then you can see, hopefully, what I'm talking about. They're too far back. You can't get your hands in them. Well, I can't anyway. They needed to be, they've put them in the side panel there, and they should have been, in my opinion, in the front panel there, so that you can actually use the flipping things. I know it's a design feature, I get that, but if I'm putting a pocket in something, it's because I want pockets. I don't want a design feature that I'm not going to use. So I'm going to move those pockets when I make another one. So yeah, I'm not trying it on like I am with everything, because on Thursday we're going to do, I finished the mini capsule, so we're going to do a mini capsule deep dive vlog on Thursday. So come back on Thursday and you'll see this on, and you'll see it with the other garments in the capsule as well, and how they work or not together. The last thing I've made this week, I'm actually wearing because I flipping love it. I'll just step back and then you can see. It is the Pinafore that you all voted for from Tammy Handmade. I did a little poll and this came out tops, and I promised to make it this week, and I have done, and I'm so glad I did. I'll step back and then hopefully you can see. So here it is. I've made it above the knee, got my snazzy snag tights on with it, and it's got a really deep V at the front, which I thought I'm going to either love or hate, and I actually love. The problem I have with pinafores is it can feel really tight across the old boobs and restrictive. Because this has got this really deep V, I don't even know I've got it on. It's an A-line, which I thought might be, let me look like a little girl in my school uniform, but I actually like it. It's got two big patch pockets on the front, and yeah, I don't know what else to say really. So I got this all sewn up in a couple of hours. From cutting out, sewing, job done. Absolutely brilliant, quick, easy sew. The only difficult part is the top of the bodice is fully lined, and they do the clever burrito method for attaching it around the arms. But Tammy has done some brilliant detailed instructions on how to actually do the burrito method. And I do believe if you pop over to her YouTube channel as well, there's a video that you can watch on how to do it on there as well. But oh, I'm absolutely loving this. And the Eagle Eye Munchausen, you may have noticed that I had some spare fabric left, and I've managed to cut out the Ilford jacket from Friday Pattern Company to go with it. Now, I've not made the Ilford, it was in my, I know, I must be so far behind with what's on trend, it's unbelievable, but I never made the Ilford simply because I had the Thea shacket that was my tried and true shacket to go to, and just kept going back to that one when I wanted to make one. I knew what to do, it fitted me well, but this has been in my stash of patterns that I've not used, so I bit the bullet, I've cut it out. Now I've cut this out in an extra small because it looks like it comes out huge, so we'll see how we get on. I've used a spare cord fabric, so I'll be able to wear it as a layering garment with my Pinafore. What will I look like? So if I'm a bit cold, I can put that on top when I'm around the house. Need to nip out, I'll look fab. So Ilford jacket on the radar as my sew for next week. Talking about plans already, soz. I've got loads of plans. So because I loved this make so much, loved how it come together, love how easy it was, a really good fit on me. Tell me if you think I look like a little girl or you really don't think it suits me, because I've got plans to make loads of these and I don't want to make them all and look like a nightmare, do I? So what fabrics do I want to make more of the Tammy Pinafore in? I've raided my stash. I found some denim. Well, I knew I had the denim, but I really didn't know what to make with this denim. It's got a rose design all over it. I was sort of thinking jeans, but it feels a little bit stiff. It's got no stretch in it. And I just thought, if I'm making jeans, I need a bit of give in them these days. So I went off that idea. And then I got 3 meters of this stuff. It is quite narrow, so that's why I got 3 meters. But I'm thinking Tammy Pinafore, matching shacket. What do we think? Whether I make the same jacket, shacket, whatever, but Pinafore and a jacket in that. I've got some more denim that I've never used. Was just going to make a jacket in it, but actually, look at that leopard print. I just want to make another Pinafore in it. I think it'll be great for the spring because it's a nice light coloured denim. Not sure if I've got enough for a jacket to go with it, but if I have, I quite fancy making the Smitten jacket from Pattern Emporium out of that. It's like a little bomber type jacket. Will it go with a Pinafore? maybe, but definitely a pinafore. I'm gonna have a wardrobe full of pinafores, but that's all right if I wear them all. Doesn't matter, does it? When you find something that you really like, I think I'm going to start making a few of them instead of moving on to the next new shiny pattern all the time. So that's 2 denim pinafores. And then I've got some variegated jumbo cord I've had in my stash for a while. Some of this has gone on the D-stash because I've cut it in half. There was that much of it. It's a cream variegated jumbo cord. So if you've seen this on the stash and thought, don't know what I'd make with that, I'm going to make the Tammy pinafore in it. Now, don't think I've got enough for a jacket as well, but actually, a denim jacket would go with it, wouldn't it? What do we think? Oh. So I'm going to make one in cream. And then the last one that I'm going to make is in this beautiful autumnal rusty brown, really rich colour jumbo cord. So I want to make that one as well. So I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll have 5 Tammy Handmade pinafores. Now you can do the deep V, or there's a box neck in it as well. So I might do a switcheroo, do 2 in the deep V and 2 in the boxy neck, so that they don't all look the same. But I just think they're going to be great to grab on with a top, pair of tights, look smart, instead of wandering around in jog bottoms and a sweatshirt all the time. Because as you know, 2026, I'm elevating my everyday wear. So we're going to make 4 more Tammy Handmade and a few jackets to go with them. Now, I'm not going to get all those done this week, am I? But I might get the pinafores all done because, like I said, a couple of hours, bish bash bosh, and they're done. So I'm hoping to get all the pinafores done and then see how much fabric I've got left, and then maybe the week after look at making the jackets to go with them. Now, obviously, you need layers underneath. This blouse that I've got on, I've had in my wardrobe for yonks. I hardly ever wore. It's a Vicky Sews blouse. Can't remember the name. I'll pop it below. Not exactly perfect, but it looks okay. And it was the only one that I thought looked all right with the pinafore. So I do need to work on layers to go under my pinafores. So I've got some charcoal stripy linen fabric that I want to make like a shirt type top with, or I'm making the Itch to Stitch Zamora in February as part of my mini capsule, so I might make that because it's got like a proper big, well not huge, but it's got a tie. It's a V-neck and it's got a tie. Might work well with this low V-neck pinafore. Anyway, I'm going to make a blouse type top, shirty type, blousey type top with that charcoal stripe. So that will go with the denims and it will go with this. And then I'm going to make, I've got some cream rib knit that I got out of the bins at Abercarn's, and I want to make a roll neck top with that. The cream will go with all of them, and I'm going to be making that as my part of my ambassadorship for my handmade wardrobe. Their pattern, next pattern to come out is going to be the roll neck top, and I need to make that up and do some pics for the lovely Laura at My Handmade Wardrobe. So quite a bit to do this week. Need to get that pattern test done and then work on my pinafores. I'll just have a wardrobe full of pinafores or loungewear. But if that's what works for me, that's absolutely fine. It won't just be that. I've got jeans and other things that I want to make, but while I've got this straight in my head and I've got the fit right, I'm going to be like a sewing factory and get all 4 of them done at the same time. Hopefully next week. Thanks for joining me. I hope I've given you some inspiration. Have you made the Tammy Handmade Pinafore? Has it worked for you? Is there any fabric that you'd recommend that I make it in? I am going to also make some for the summer in some linen fabrics, because the square neck version, I think I wouldn't have it as A-line as this, just taper it in a bit. Tammy has worn one, I'll pop the image up here, as a summer sleeveless dress, and I think that looks great. So I might make it, I will be making a couple of those. Obviously we're not going to have the deep V, otherwise you'd see the old ladies and we don't want that. I could do a summer one, but then I'd have to layer it up. So I think for summer I'm edging towards the square neck one, and then I've got options. I can layer it up or I can wear it without, and it'll work really well in my wardrobe. So I might have 5 summer pinafores as well. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you've had some inspiration from my makes and my plans. As I said, on Thursday we're going to be talking about the mini capsule for January that's now finished, and do a little bit of a catwalk in it, see how it slots into my existing wardrobe garments, and hopefully give you some inspiration as well. So I will see you on Thursday, and if not, I will see you next Monday. Oh, and don't forget, if you've liked watching me today, just hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me, and it helps my little channel to grow. So on that note, I'm going to say bye. Happy sewing, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye.